Okay, folks, we are about to make a start to
Good morning to everyone. Welcome to live coverage of the Market Day with a Difference 2025 at the Mahaut Market. We are here at the Mahaut Market getting ready for this live coverage. 47 years of progress and purpose. The sculpture, as you can see, has just arrived. We have the vendors. We will talk to the vendors at one point during the proceedings of the Market Day with a Difference, as we are hearing from the local government commissioner, Glenroy Tuse, that very soon from now we will be starting. But just to give you an idea of what it is like, we will do that a little later. Let's get ready to join the chairperson at the podium. Enjoy Market Day with a Difference on Kyrie FM. We will highlight our sponsors in just a moment, so do stay tuned to Kyrie FM. The Sculpture will do the national anthem for us. Let's join them at this time. Beautifully done for us by the Sculpture, the Mahaut Sculpture, the national anthem.
To lead us in prayer. Pastor Timothy.
Pleasant good morning to everyone. As we come here today, there are 3 points of reflection before we pray that I'd like to draw to our attention. First being integrity and honesty. And scripture portion for that is the integrity of the upright guides them, but the crookedness of the treacherous destroys them, according to Proverbs 11:3. Fairness practices or fair business practices. You shall not wrong or oppress a resident alien, for you were aliens in the land of Egypt, according to Exodus chapter 22 and verse 21. And the other point of reflection, generosity and giving. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you according to Luke chapter 6 and verse 8. Let's celebrate the spirit of entrepreneurship and community at our Market Day with a Difference. May our interactions be marked by integrity, fairness, and kindness. As we buy, sell, and connect, let's remember that true prosperity comes from honoring God and treating others with love and respect. May this Market Day be an opportunity for us to bless one another and our community, reflecting the values of compassion, generosity, and honesty. Let's make a conscious effort to support local vendors, promote fair practices, and demonstrate the love of Christ in all of our actions. Let us pray. Almighty God and most gracious Father, today we come before your presence in Jesus' name. We thank you for a new day. We thank you for the breath of life. Not only do we thank you for the breath of life, but we thank you for being here at this time for this occasion. For this, we ask that thou, Lord, would grace us with your presence. And we ask that as the proceedings go on today, that each of us, God, who are gathered here and those who are listening, that we would reflect upon your goodness to us, Father. And as you cause us to prosper, that we would be mindful, we will be lifting our eyes unto thee, O God, who enables us, dear Father, through health and strength and guidance and protection each day to be able to accomplish that which we have. And as we stand here today, to give thanks and to celebrate. So, Father, bless these proceedings. Bless every one of us, oh God, and let your name be exalted. And may we become conscious even more and more that daily as you continue to shelter us, as you continue to be with us there, God, because without you, we can do nothing. And so we commit this occasion before you today and ask your special grace and blessing. For this we ask in the name of Jesus. And all of your people here today says that amen was very small. That song's better. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Timothy, and good morning to everyone. Let me recognize the presence of the Honorable Oscar George, Minister of State in the Minister of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development with specific responsibilities for youth and sports. P.S. Ryan Ansem, representing Honorable Roland Royer, Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy. Honorable Cassani Laville, Parliamentary Representative for the Mahaut constituency and Minister for Health, Wellness and Social Services. Ms. Catherine Dublin, Chairperson, Mahaut Jimmy Taru Village Council. Pastor Lennox Timothy, Local Government Commissioner, Mr. Glenroy Toussaint and staff, the Mahaut Scouts Troop and Mr. Davidson John, our performers, our invited guests, the media, our vendors. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. At this time, I will now call on Ms. Catherine Dublin, the chairman of the Mahaut Jimmy Taru Village Council, to deliver her welcome remarks. Ms. Dublin.
Right. Good morning, everybody. Let me recognize at the head table, Honorable Oscar George, representing the Honorable Greta Roberts, Minister of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Community Development. Honorable Cassani Laville, Parliamentary Representative of the Mahaut constituency, and Minister of Health, Wellness, and Social Security. Other members of Parliament, Local Government Commissioner, Mr. Glenroy Toussaint, Pastor Lennox Timothy, Scout Commissioner David St. John, Chairman of neighboring councils, Madam and Miss Wobduet, other invited guests, media, vendors, farmers, ladies and gentlemen. Bonjour. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Special greetings to the vendors and farmers who continue every year to make this event Market Day with a difference possible, despite the many challenges. A hearty welcome to you. 2024 Independent Theme, Pays Nous, Cadeau Nous, highlighted our gifts and blessings. This year, the theme, 47 years of progress and purpose, calls on us to march on with a goal of determination to succeed. Market Day with a Difference speaks for itself. Its color, its culture, its competition. The community comes alive with a gathering of people from all levels: government officials, past councillors, musicians, contestants, entrepreneurs, buyers, fisher folks, visitors, and our beloved vendors and farmers. It provides an opportunity for the hard-working vendors to showcase not only their products to the wider world, but also their creativity and talent. On behalf of the members of the communities represented by the Mahaut Jimmy Taru Village Council, we express thanks to our dedicated vendors who show up every week, and most of you on Saturdays, to supply our needs. We salute you. We pray God's blessings over you and your business. We want to thank as well our hard-working and committed DDO, Ms. Helen Francis and her assistants, Ms. Gillian Chillingford. We are grateful for your support and commitment to the task of rebuilding our council and community. To all those joining us in celebration via social media, we extend a hearty welcome to you, especially the Mahaut. Remember, together we build a community. Welcome all. Remember, participate in the many events leading up to Independence Day, November 3rd, 2025, and enjoy the Nature Isles. Merci en pile. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. At this time, I will now call on the PS Ryan Anselm, representing Honorable Roland Royer, the Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy. Mr. PS Ryan Anselm.
Good morning. Bonjour. Buenos dias. And Minister Laville, I forget the Chinese part of it. So, ni hao, yes. So it's a pleasure to be here in Mahaut. I was there last year, and it's a great privilege to be here today. I want to apologize for the Honorable Roland Royer, who is ill this morning, but he brings his greatest regards. Minister Oscar George, Honorable Oscar George, Minister of State in the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports, and Community Development. Honorable Kasani Laville, Parliamentary Representative for the Mahaut constituency, and Minister for Health, Wellness, and Social Services. I also want to acknowledge the chairperson, Ms. Dublin, my good friend. Thank you for your warm welcome. I also want to acknowledge Glenroy Toussaint, Local Government Commissioner, Pastor Timothy, and the vendors. I want to acknowledge your hard work this morning, the vendors, the agro-processors, the fisher folks. It gives me great pleasure to address you. Representing the Honorable Minister gives me privilege to actually address you as food champion. And we consider you internationally, if I can take a quote from FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization, that recognize producers and fisher folks as food heroes. What does that mean? This means you produce food security. You provide food for the survival of mankind. And this is a function that you should not take lightly. The vendors, you are a food hero. The farmers, the fisher folk, you are a food hero. And so you provide primary production to us. And what that does is you provide our main dietary requirements. When we speak about the fruits, the vegetables, the grains, we may not provide all the grains because we don't produce rice and lentils and this type of grains. But you do produce roots and tubers, which provide carbohydrates and provide this nutrient to our society. And what about the protein source? You provide the meat that our body requires to give us that protein source. And so it is important to note that you contribute globally to fight hunger, to fight poverty. And that is what I want to leave here with you. You are part of a global movement to fight hunger and to fight poverty by producing nutritious food to the population. And that function you should not take lightly. So ladies and gentlemen, recognizing the importance of food security to a nation, the Ministry of Agriculture, we, through the support of the government of Dominica, has implemented strategic policies and programs. And we can speak of a few. And Minister Lavin, if I have to mention all, we will stay there until noon, I think, or past noon. So I just want to mention a few of the critical transformative investment in agriculture that the government of Dominica has been implementing over the five years. So we speak about a $11 million, not abattoir, sorry, but tissue culture facility. And this tissue culture facility has the capacity to produce 5,000 plantlets. And this is important. These can provide 5,000 plantlets to our farmers that they can produce. And so, again, to give you the protein source, the government saw it fit to invest in a national abattoir that can slaughter pigs and chicken with $5.8 million. And that is significant. When we speak about all the issues of global events, climate change, the wars, and the conflicts, and the economic downfall, that the government can invest in you, the people. And so, if we move further afield when we talk about providing the fruits and vegetables for the farmers, and we are investing in greenhouse technology, we are investing in a 7.7 citrus certification facility, and that will provide on an annual basis 50,000 citrus plants to our farmers. And so we are not only looking at crop agriculture, we are also investing in the fisheries subsector. And you there recently that we have a mandate to construct 52 fishing vessels. My technical people call them fishing boats, but I call them fishing vessels because of the size of the boats, and they are very resilient boats. And so we have distributed a total of 31 boats, and that is to ensure that we guarantee food security by giving you fish. And I want to send a message. Fish is also a good source of protein. And so we are also investing in safety at sea and food safety. So I'm very happy to be here. This morning, passing through the market, I saw what gives me the greatest pleasure is the size of the ladies' yam. And we do have issues. We do have issues of pests and diseases. I'm very happy that I could see ladies' yam in the market here this morning. And so I want to conclude by saying not only producing the food that is important, but we must produce the food safe. So food safety is very important. The standard, the quality, the packaging and the labeling of the food. And not only producing the food, we want you to go a step further by adding value to this primary production. And that I mean agro-processing. We want you to add value to your produce. And so agro-processing is very important. And the government has invested in agro-processors and will continue to invest in agro-processing. So again, as I say, on behalf of the Minister of Agriculture, we will continue to play our part to strengthen the extension services that they can deliver the necessary research and development and transfer the technology that will augment your investment in agriculture. So in conclusion, I want you to look at food safety as a critical component of your product and to look at the nature brand. We are the nature island of the Caribbean, and some may say the world. And so we have to look at our productive system, how we produce the food, and to honor that brand when we say it's organic brand. And so that is what we want to send the message loud and clear. So again, the use of pesticide, the management of your pesticide use is critical, and so food safety is going to be critical moving forward if we want to meet the market and to sustain the agricultural production. And for the consumers, the Ministry of Agriculture and the government on a whole wants to send a clear message that we want you to eat local, we want you to eat what you grow and grow what you eat. So I want to leave that message with you. If you consume what you grow, if you purchase from the farmer will grow, the farmer will invest in agriculture, and that will guarantee our food security. So if you do not take anything from me this morning, please let us continue to eat local. By eating local, you will guarantee our food security. So thank you very much, and I wish you a very successful.
Thank you very much, P.S. Anselm. At this point, I will now call on Honorable Cassani Laville, Parliamentary Representative for the Mahaut constituency and Minister for Health, Wellness and Social Services. Let's welcome Honorable Laville.
Thank you very much. Bonjour tout le monde. Ça qu'a fait? I almost said bonjour in Creole because it looks like Creole already in Mahaut, so it looks like we're starting the festivities for this season. So congratulations to all of you. Good morning again, everyone. Let me recognize my dear friend, Honorable Oscar George, who's with us today, Permanent Secretary Ryan Anselm from Ministry of Agriculture. Let us recognize Madam Chair, who is with us. I see on the agenda it says Miss Catherine Dublin, but all my life I've known her as Miss Marcia. So I have to get used to saying that. To the councillors who are here with us, I see you all around. Greetings to all of you. Of course, DDO, DDA. Mr. Tuse, I know this is your season. I see you dancing already at one of the events. So let's see what moves you up for us in Mahaut today. So welcome to you all, certainly. Let me also recognize some special people who are here with us today. I see Mr. Davidson John, who is here with us, and the 3rd Mahaut Scout Troop. These people are special, the past and present scouts, and they are celebrating, is it their 45th anniversary this year. And it was certainly a pleasure to see them, the marching band with us today. And welcome to you all. You are certainly a pillar in our community, a pillar in culture in Mahaut. And while I am not preempting anything, this year you will be hearing great things about the 3rd Mahaut Scout Troop, so stay tuned. That's all I will say on that. We also have some more special people who are here with us today. The Warner Jingping Band, an amazing band. My partner at the back raising his hand, and we will be hearing from them today. The Subuli Cultural Group, led by Mr. Henderson. And of course, can you believe it? In the events this year, we of course have Madam Wobduyet and Miss Wobduyet, and we have the most contestants. We actually are represented by Madam Wob contestant who is here with us from our community, and we have 3 Miss Wobduyet contestants who are with us also. So round of applause to them for making these events quite special. So greetings to everyone, and I am certainly happy to be here with us today. Certainly, there is no independence in Dominica without Mahaut. That is without a doubt, no independence. So that is why we must be here. It's not by accident that we are here on Saturday to have Market Day with a difference. First of all, let's give a round of applause for all of the planners and organizers, because here is beautifully decorated, so congratulations to everybody. This is a season that I enjoy the most, and I know it is the same for many of you. I know as of late, of course, this year will be our 25th year that we are celebrating World Creole Music Festival. But I want to remind the younger ones who are with us that it is not the Creole festival that makes independence, because there are many things that were with us way before that steeped in our tradition and our culture. And one of those things, it's our food, our market, our vendors, our fishers, our farmers. And that is very important. And it's interesting to see how quickly a year passed, because it only seems like yesterday that we were here celebrating Market Day with a Difference when we saw one of the biggest plantains I ever saw in my life last year and one of the biggest cocoys. This year, PS is talking about the biggest ladies' yam that he saw. And that is what is special about us here today. Farming has been part of and parcel of the people that we are for a long time, even by the way we made it here to the Caribbean from Africa. You know, started planting sugarcane and tobacco and later on limes. And even after emancipation and then first independence, we had to learn and to continue to evolve in terms of our sustenance, how we feed ourselves, our families, how we provide an income for our own selves. And that is why we have seen these industries, farming and fishing, growing in our community. And this is something that we must be proud of, the way we have seen progress in these industries in our community over the years. And certainly I'm proud of you all for that. And it really has been steeped in our culture. If many of the older ones who are, or more senior ones who are with us today, would remember some important names and people who are still with us and some gone. People like Perros and Asinol and Toom, not you, right over there. And to see how that has changed to people like Pupul and Charlo and now the younger ones who are with us. Well, we have the Henrys, we have, people like Akim and Lodong, Noah, Brad, Macho, all of them, and all the way down to Taru from each end of our community. These are the people still involved and plying the trade, and that is something that we really have to be proud about. And even for vending, we have seen and witnessed many people make their lives from vending. We have seen that. Long time, people before me, people that my grandmother would have spoken of, my mother and so on. When we speak of Ma Beltina, and even for us lower down across by the credit union, Bessie and so on, people who are no longer with us, people of blessed memory. And to see now how we have so many vendors now, much younger vendors now. If you look at the faces of the vendors, it's young and old, middle-aged and so on, and that is what we have. It's showing the continuation of an important part of our culture, our tradition, and the economy here in Mahaut. And that is something I wish to ask you all to continue. And I would like to encourage the community to support you all. Let us first buy local before we buy anything else. How can we love anything or anyone else first if we don't love what is our own? So we have a responsibility to ensure that we support each other in all that we do. And I ask that you all continue. Of course, we have had many challenges. Many things are different. If you look across over there at the fish landing site, you will see many of the boats have been pulled up, very few on water. With the announcement of the storm Jerry, many of the fisher folks have had to pull up their boats and make it safe, because their boats were at risk. When you have an engine that costs anywhere from $25,000 to near $100,000, a motor and a boat that you've invested in $10,000, $20,000 in, then when you hear of a storm, you have to ensure that you protect what is your own. Because if we lose that, then you lose your livelihood. And that is something that is important. But when they pull up their boats, that is a source of income for a few days that they would have lost. So it is not easy. When you see that boat there, that is lost income for a day or 2 days or 3 days. And even so, even when the waters get calm, they still silt. The fish patterns are not the same as it was before the storm. So I know sometimes many of us, even myself, I complain that, the fish prices, it's a bit high, but there's the element of risk that is involved. There's the element of sacrifice that's involved. The price of fuel has been going up, and these are the issues that they have to contend with. But still, even with that, I wish that we look at ways that we are more sustainable and choose to eat local, because choosing to eat local is choosing to eat better and choosing to eat healthier. And I would like to encourage that. We'll certainly continue to support our fishers and our vendors as much as possible. As you see here, if you look at the surroundings, it's a big upgrade from what entailed last year. The market has received a nice paint job, as you will see, and this enhances the facility. Another issue that we contended with last year was the disposal of rubbish that you would have seen. We were fighting with this issue. I know it's easy to say that, it's lack of trucks that's the issue, but it's really a combination of issues. And I wish to tell you all and make a special plea to the community that, as you will see, that we have gone back to the skip. We are trying it out now in our community. We have one here, we have one in Back Street. We are looking at seeing how this works for us in the community. Because we are different from many communities. And what works in some of the smaller communities likely will not work here in Mahaut. We are a population center. We are the most populated constituency. We are the biggest constituency and community. Geographically, everything, most land space, most roads, largest road network. And with that being the case, we cannot compare ourselves in terms of the way we govern to a much smaller community. And that is why we are trying this approach. But with us trying new approaches, while the government can play its role, we have to play our role. Because right now we have a challenge at Back Street with this one. And it is difficult to clean it out now because of the ways in which we dispose within this. It is sad to see that we have this here for 2 days, and when I look, there's already metal thrown in it. This is not for white goods. And I'm saying these things, it's directly linked to this event here because this is our market. And it's our responsibility collectively to keep it clean and to keep it sanitary. This is not to throw fans and wash machines and TVs. And also to even when we are disposing our trash, we should not come with a bucket and dump our pieces of dashin and fig or the lapo into it. It's not for that. It is not for that. Let us dispose of our rubbish properly. Because if we have an infestation of rats and rodents and so on here, it affects the quality of life for our vendors. People will see here as being unsightly and they will not support our vendors. You yourselves, we yourselves will not feel safe to buy food and fish in this area if we don't keep it clean. So this is our responsibility, and I want us to hold on to that responsibility and embrace it and ensure that we keep our environment clean, my friends. I know we can do it. We have been doing it in the past, and we will continue to do it and even do it better. So I ask that you do that. Another upgrade, if you look across, Fish Landing, we now have rehabilitated this area. You will see a lot has been done. There's a slipway built right now. There are a few adjustments to be made to it. There's a new washroom facility over there at the Fish Landing and so on. And I've been talking to the Minister of Agriculture, and we are preparing, as we are looking at ways of financing to improve the jetty that is there. But while we do our part, we also have a responsibility, again, as a community, to do our part. Because while Mahaut is known to be the highest fish landing site for a number of years, throughout the year you will see that, but it is our responsibility to ensure that, one, we keep this area clean. Two, we maintain this facility. Three, that we work together collectively as fisher folks, to ensure that we can foster the best fishing practices, to ensure that we have the best post-harvest practices, because how you protect your fish, how you preserve your fish and handle your fish is important. It affects your sales and your quality. Just recently, one of the fisher folks, young fishers in Mahaut, called me and asked, can I get markets for his fish? Immediately, I called one of the new hotels that is on island. I called the proprietor, and he said, there are steps in which we have to follow in order to buy your fish. So this week, we will be holding a meeting with the head chef of that facility and the fisher folks, because it's important. In order to keep the high standards of presentation and food quality and safety at the hotels, the fish must be delivered in a manner that is safe. The fish must look good. It must be fresh. The eyes must be clear. The color must be bright. There are different things that they look at. When they plate this, it is not just a matter of how it tastes, but how it looks. And we have to ensure that we have our food handler certification and we know how to preserve our fish, and we use our ice, and we use the facility and sealed airtight containers, that is done consistently. Because if we do that, I promise you that I will do my part to ensure that we have the markets and to arrange that we can meet with all the chefs of the new hotels, that Mahaut's fish will be given first priority. I will do that. So that is why we need, as a community, to continue to work together, and each of us must exercise and maintain and uphold our responsibility. I have mine, you have yours, we have ours collectively, and let us do that together. My friends, I know and I trust that we will continue to do better in this community. There have been many investments. Even when we think of Warner, just 2 weeks ago, I was able to go to Warner and visit several fields, several farmers out there. And we know that Warner is, of course, the potato capital of Dominica. We know that, without a doubt. We are, right, P.S.? We are potato capital. But with that, the weather system, the heat, the drought periods during certain times of the year, this affects us. And with that being the case, we've recognized that it's important to be able to provide more consistent irrigation to our fields. And with that, the Warner farmers have recently been supported by a BNTF, Basic Needs Trust Fund program, where many of them have been given water storage containers, and their storage facilities and their sheds were retrofitted in a way that we can do rainwater harvesting and collect the water to provide. And already, in just a matter of a few months, we are seeing the potato yield in Warner has been increasing. And this is the type of support that we are providing to our people in this community to ensure that we can contribute to agriculture's initiative of having $700 million contribution of agriculture to GDP by 2030. We are showing the lead right here in our community. So I am proud of you all. I will continue to support you all. But there are many things that we need to do better, and we must say that. We must be honest with ourselves. My friends, we have an issue here with the vagrants. We know that. Before every function, major function that we have here, we have a challenge to clean. It's a challenge that I face, one that the council faces, where we have vagrants along the facility. It does not work together. Food sale and vagrancy, it does not work well together. This is a social issue that we have to address. And in some cases, it's linked to a drug issue and a drug abuse issue that we must contend with as well. Very sadly, the issues that we had here before, it's not mainly about garbage not being collected on time. In some cases, it was. But in many cases, you deal with people, vagrants, who are either hungry or have poor habits, in which they themselves are the ones going through this to look for items that could be sold or used or consumed. This is very sad. This is not dignity. This is not a way that people should live. And it's our responsibility as a community to address this issue. These are children. These are brothers. They are sisters of each other, people that we grew up with. One of them, I played football with him. I have a photo where we're on the same football field, and it hurts to see him going through this garbage dump looking for food. We have to address it. And we should not point fingers and say, this is the person who should solve it. We should all say, I can solve it in my way and contribute to this issue that we have. But we need to fence this area as well. But one of the things that we need to be cognizant of, we cannot look to people to solve all our problems. We have to, as a community, mobilize and solve our problems and deal with our issues. As we are here today, one of the things that we see, this market was built for the vending to be done here, in this covered space. But never, rarely has it ever been done in the covered space. It's been done outside. I understand the perception that the vendors want to be as close to the main road as possible. I understand it. But if we decide as a collective, as a community, that all vendors are going to come under here and nobody stays over there, and I'm dealing with the tough issues, it might not be popular, but it is true. And we have to be honest and not speak in a way that people like what we have to say, but we say the things that need to be said. If all of our vendors are under this covered space, granted it may not be enough, but these are the things that you have to challenge the leaders with. If the space is not enough, then what then do we do? If we are in this covered space, then the vehicles, the drivers will have no choice but to come inside and purchase from us under there. But if 5 vendors come here and one goes outside, the one outside will be the only one to get the sale. So this is the type of cooperation and collaboration that we need. And I promise you, if we decide to be under here, our food quality will be better. We will not be battered by the sun outside there. Because a tarpaulin cannot do the job of this facility. It cannot. These are the hard choices we have to make if we decide to take progress and development seriously as a community. My friends, we are in a good place, but we will be in a better place if we change the way that we think and we change the way that we operate to get quicker results and better results. But we are doing well. I am proud of you all as a Mahaut community. I am proud of you all. We are doing well. The displays are amazing. I'm looking here at the honey stand. Look at the display. Go in the extra mile to display your products in that way. That is what makes you stand out. It is not just simply having your honey laid out on a table, but going the extra mile. Replicating with joinery the honeycomb style. That is what catches the eye of a buyer. And this is the way we have to modernize vending in our community. We have to stand out as Mahaut, because we are the best. And we will continue to be the best. So my friends, I know the vendors came here for the awards today, so I will not saturate you with much more talk, but only to say I'm proud of you. I stand toe to toe and shoulder to shoulder with you as your parliamentary representative. My style might be different. My style is straightforward because I want the best for you deep down. I want to let you all know that the power is not with me, the power is with you. The power is with us as a community. The power is in our mindset to change and to do better. And I know and I trust that my Mahaut people can do it, and we can do better, and we will do better, my friends. I want to thank you all in a special way. Continue to make our community proud. Continue to shine. To the wonderful contestants of Miss Wob, I wish you the absolute best. I plead with the community to come forward and support them at their various shows. This week, I will meet with them. I believe if young people can come forward, if three Miss Wob contestants can come together in a community and one Madam Wob, then it's our responsibility to support them. Support them in terms of your prayers. Support them in terms of their preparation. Support them by attending the shows. And I too, on your behalf, will support them financially, and during the course of the week, we will give each of them a monetary contribution to help with their preparations. I ask finally, my friends, that one of the things that we need to do in order to make culture and tradition continue in our community is that there is a need to involve the children. We do not have enough children here today. Because no matter how much we love our culture, that we love our tradition, we love Creole, if we do not teach our children the ways that are Dominican, the ways that are Mahaut, the ways that we dance and we sing and we perform, the ways that are important in our formation as a community and as a nation, then we will have a problem. So I ask my friends that these are the things, the values that we need to instill in our children. It is important. God bless you, my friends. I wish the best for all of you, and congratulations to every vendor every fisher that has made this day possible. Without you, there's no market day without a difference. Thank you, and God bless.
At this time, we want to say special thanks to our sponsors, National Cooperative Credit Union Limited. We'll talk more about the credit union a little later this morning. We also want to say special thanks to Deconstruction from right here in the community. From this constituency, we want to say thanks to them for making today's broadcast possible. We also want to big up the NCCU from this constituency as well. So they have come together to make today's broadcast possible. Do stay tuned to Cairo FM. Enjoy the rest of this morning's programming. Those of you who are watching and are listening. wonderful performance there. We really want to commend the men for an outstanding performance. Hey, they've been called back to perform, it seems, so let's join them, rejoin them. Thanks again to the National Cooperative Credit Union and the Deconstruction for making all these excitements possible here at Market Day with a difference in the lively community of Mahaut.
What a wonderful performance. Thank you so much. At this time, I will now call on Honorable Oscar George, Minister of State in the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development with specific responsibilities for youth and sports to deliver some remarks. Welcome, Mr. Honorable George.
Good morning, everybody. Well, I don't know about you, but if accordion is playing and your body is not moving, you have a problem. You have a problem. You know, wonderful presentation this morning. But I'm happy to be here. And if I may borrow a small quote from our pirate, he indicated that there's no independence in Dominica without Mahaut. And I think that's very fitting. Happy to be in Mahaut this morning. Of course, I want to recognize your pirate, Honorable Kasani Laville, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, representing the Minister of Agriculture, our local government commissioner, and other staff of the local government commission, chairman of the Mahaut Village Council, our scout troop this morning. Thank you. Our Miss Warp contestants, importantly our vendors, farmers, visitors, welcome and good morning to all of you. As we know, this year we celebrate our independence under the theme 48 years of progress and purpose. And that theme really calls for deep reflection on how far we have come and the achievements we have made as a country over the last 47 years. Well, I'm not so old, but based on information I have, 47 years ago, 30 years ago, even 20 years ago, we are making great strides in all sectors of our economy. And I have no doubt that we'll continue to advance far into the future, and we all should be happy for this. But my friends, the Mahaut market has proven to be one of the most popular markets in Dominica. And we all will agree that the Mahaut market plays a very important role in the social and economic development of this wonderful community. And Market Day with a Difference is aimed at showcasing the produce our farmers and vendors have with the view of giving them the much needed exposure, while at the same time encouraging our consumers to get quality produce thereby increasing our food security. So what we're doing here today, my friends, is very important because it contributes to the preservation of our cultural heritage. It provides the opportunity for all of us to interact and share knowledge related to the production and marketing of our produce, products, and services. We also provide the opportunity for farmers or vendors to be recognized for their efforts by way of prizes in various categories such as Best Organized Stall, Best Vendor Overall, Best Dressed Vendor, just to name a few. We hope that this measure serves as motivation not only for the vendors or farmers, but for the wider community. People of Mahaut, there is no doubt that the world is going through difficult times. We see the challenges related to climate change and the frequency and intensity of storms and hurricanes and the impact that have on the financing of a country. We see the increase in prices of goods and services and fuel. We see the constant wars among developed countries. And all of these things can have significant impacts on all small island states all the way in the Caribbean. But yet still, even through all these challenges, when we look around this morning, we saw a number and variety of produce from the farmers of Mahaut for sale. And we are all comforted and confident that food security will not be a problem in the Mahaut constituency. Food security will not be a problem because of the hard work of our farmers. And I want to just pause and recognize the tremendous work being done by our farmers, because we have to recognize that our farmers are the ones who really feed the nation. They are the ones who wake up very early in the morning and have to walk up to the gardens all the way in the mountainside sometimes, and having to carry the bags back to the roads when there's no motorable access. They are the ones who have to wake up early and come to the market and prepare stores so that they can sell and provide food for you and our children. So our farmers are the ones who really carrying this country. And of course, we want to acknowledge and recognize the efforts of our farmers. Let's give our farmers a round of applause. And I urge us to let's ensure that more young people can get involved in farming. Farming, PS, as something we do on the side, a hobby. And I think we have to get out that mentality and encourage more young persons to farm and to produce foods. And because of this tremendous importance of the farmers and vendors in the Mahaut area and in Dominica by extension, our government has made it our mandate to promote and invest in the farmers. Because we all have to eat. And this is what makes farming so important for all of us. And as indicated by the PAREP and also the PS, we have to eat more of what we produce as a country. That's the only way we're going to survive. And just to say further that our local food are the healthy option. We have to limit eating of processed food in Dominica. And the sheer cost of treating persons with diseases as a result of eating artificial foods is significant. And the only way we can see or we can build a healthy nation is that we go back to the ground and we eat more of what we produce, we eat more of our vegetables, and we stay away from processed foods that are filled with chemicals and that may lead to tremendous health risks. I also want to encourage our farmers here today that we must treat agriculture as a business. We must ensure that we keep our farm records. We must ensure that we know when is the best time to plant, how we should plant, how we should till the soil, and stuff like that. We must keep our records as it relates to the amount of money we spend buying inputs. That's the only way we're going to know if we make a profit at the end of the day. And many times you hear people say that farming doesn't have money. It doesn't make money in farming. And the reason they're saying this is because they are not taking the time and effort and keep records to know if they are making a profit or a loss. And as farmers, we have to be more disciplined. That's the only way you're going to make money from farming. By keeping records, by being disciplined, and ensuring that you have an account of every activity on your farm. My final piece of advice to our farmers is that we have to add value to agriculture. And by this, I mean we have to look at ways where we can convert our local produce into some other value-added product that can be sold. We have to try to determine how we can transform plantains into plantain chips. How we can transform mangoes and citrus into bottled juices. And that we can sell and supply our local vendors in Dominica. That's the only way we're going to see our way in agriculture. So we cannot just focus on selling our local produce in the market, selling our local produce on the streets of Dominica. But we have to now think of how can we take that local produce, add value to it, and of course, gain greater profits for yourselves. And importantly, because we're in the Creole season, it's important that we keep our traditional meals alive. You know, our kalaloo, our broth, you know, kubouillon. These are things that we did years ago. And I can see that the tradition is kind of dying as we speak. And we have to ensure that our young people have exposure to these sort of meals so that they can keep our culture and lifestyle preserved. And of course, these meals, as I said earlier, is much more healthy. It's a better way of life. And I want to take this opportunity to thank all the organizers for this Market Day for Difference. It's a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Culture, through the local government department, the Ministry of Agriculture, and of course the PAREP, who have been so instrumental in supporting this Market Day for Difference. And you heard the plea from your PAREP earlier. You heard the plea, very passionate cry by the PAREP, that we have to do better. Yes, the government can help and create the urban environment, but we as citizens have to take the mantle, do better. We have to play our part in garbage disposal. We have to play our part in ensuring the market surroundings are kept clean. We have to play our part in ensuring that young people are exposed to culture. And of course, with the tremendous leadership shown by the PAREP, I have no doubt if we can support him, if we can provide that support to the PAREP, Mahaut will be the end in the years to come. So to end, I want to just say that I'm happy. I want to reconfirm that this government, led by, is committed to supporting and developing agriculture. We see all the benefits of agriculture. We see the investments as indicated by the PS in the Ministry of Agriculture. We see investments in fishing boats. We see investments in feeder roads, investments in restoring livelihoods, procurement and provision of supplies, fertilizers, etc. for our farmers. All we want in return is that our farmers can use this support to ensure that their livelihoods are improved. And in the same time, ensure that young people are attracted to the farming field. Of course, I take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy independence. All I ask of you is that you participate in the cultural activities. Lately, we have been seeing that if we have a fete, you know, a lot of people, you cannot pass. But when we have our cultural shows, we don't get the kind of support we need, especially from the young people. We have to come out and support our cultural festivals, our galas, you know, our folklore, our Creole songs. We have to wear our Creole clothes. We have to eat Creole. We have to dance Creole. That's the season. And of course, we have to ensure that we support our signature event, which is the World Creole Music Festival, and our TV Village Creole that will take place next week. So all in all, we are all happy to be here with you farmers. We congratulate you for your efforts. We thank you for taking the time to be here with us. And of course, we will continue to support you and ensure that farming remains the backbone of Dominica and Mahaut. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Judge, for your wonderful remarks. We'll now go into the presentation of prizes and awards, but before the awards, we have certificates to present to the vendors. So vendors, get ready. We have some certificates to present. To present to the vendors. So we will now call on Mr. Glenroy Toussaint to deliver or to hand over the certificates to the vendors.
Meantime, it's good time to remind you that
Henry Tavernier.
Market Day with a Difference in Mahaut is made possible through the kind compliments of Deconstructions Limited and also the National Cooperative Credit Union. Back to the podium.
Moransi. What's wrong? Is Bogart Moransi around? Bella Joachim. Bella Joachim. Okay. Athenia Esprit. Next is Athenia Esprit. Let's give them a round of applause. Love Seed Esprit. Athenia Esprit, Love Seed Esprit. Joan Joseph, better known as Whoopi. Joan Joseph. Okay, Joan Joseph, Whoopi. Next one is Yvonne Louisi. Yvonne Louisi, please come to get your certificate. Yvonne Louisi. Is Yvonne here? Yvonne Louisi? Okay, thank you. Next person, Jacqueline Genier Oliver. Jacqueline Genier Oliver, please come up to get your certificate. Matthew Simon. Mr. Matthew Simon, is he around? Ann Smith. Ann Smith. Eudelia Stevens, next. Eudelia or Eudelia Stevens. Omo Williams. Omo Williams. Omo Williams. Is Omo here? Okay. Omo Williams. Okay, Matthew Simon. Muriel Timothy. Lester Alexander. Mr. Tusa. Charmin Charles. Charmin Charles. Yes. Lester Alexander. Come get your certificates. Thank you very much, Mr. Toussaint, for your services. Before the presentation of prizes and awards, I'll now call on the contestants, the Miss and Madam Warb contestants, to do their presentation or their performances. Yes, Madam Warb, Miss Evelina Blanc.
Nous allons représenter la Jinping. People come well just for the cultural gala, yes. Thank you show our cultural heritage.
Bonjour tout le monde. Good morning, everyone. Let me recognize our distinguished guests, our parrot, Mr. Casanova Laville, and everybody at the head table, the vendors, the villagers, and my fellow Miss Wabduyet. I am Evelina Blanc, your contestant number 4 in the Madam Wab, which is happening on the 22nd of October, 2025. I'm encouraging everyone to come support all of us, but support me, hello? Everybody, please come out. If your rags, your flags, if you want to print your t-shirt, but just come support Everglows, because I am going to give you something, so please, just, that is it, right? So please come, please support, and let's really do it as a village, as a community. And I thank my PAREP. Let me also encourage everybody to participate in culture. The children, the grown-ups, just please play your part. It's our culture. Say kultenu, anufe, I'm coming.
Come well just for the cultural gala, yes. Thank you show our cultural heritage as we face one another era of culture.
Thank you very much, Madam Wab, and please come support Madam Wab as she vies for the title of Madam Wab 2025. Okay, and Mahaut people? Okay, we're giving her support. Okay, our next participant and contestant is Ms. Deidre Smith. Let's do a presentation.
People come well just for the cultural gala, yes. Thank you show our cultural heritage as we face one another era of culture, yes. We could demonstrate our warrior things. Dress up in your what do you dress up in your dead cassette. Telling Kotoko to ring. Need to say Okosha who are we. When we say Tintin Basek, that means we give full respect to our culture heritage, regardless of color, creed or age. Ha! Boy. Hey, night. Epa. Look at Batabula to Bomba. Look at Wule Tabula to Bomba. Bakite music la champagne.
Mahaut ezola. Mopakatanzo ezola. All right. Non moi c'est Deidre Smith. Even moi ka represente Hot TV Village Massacre. Dominicans, come journey with me as I vie for the prestigious title of Miss Wobdwiet 2025. Together, let us celebrate 47 years of progress and purpose. Nous, c'est Dominique, nous, Kabouye. We are Dominicans. We shine. Merci.
People come well just for the cultural gala, yes. Thank to show our cultural heritage as we face one another era of culture, yes. We could demonstrate our who your things. Dress up in your what do you dress up in your dead cassette. Telling Kotoko to ring. Need to say Okosha who are we. When we say Tintin Basek, that means we give full respect to our culture heritage, regardless of color, creed or age. Ha! Boy. Hey, night.
Thank you very much, Miss Paul. Thank you so much. Wow, she's ready for the stage. And we need you all to support her as well, okay? Okay, our next contestant is Miss Ashante Paul, representing G-Meats.
Good morning, Mahaut. What an honor it is to stand before my beautiful constituency for Market Day with a Difference. A representation of how strong we are, how creative we are, and how full of life and culture we are. I am 23-year-old Ashante Paul, representing the small, quiet village of G-Meats, which though small will create a big impact on October 29, 2025 for the Miss Wobdwiet pageant. Come and join me and my 3 other members of our constituency, of course, but not just us. We're going to support the other 6 contestants, the youth, the culture, at the Old Mill Cultural Center. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Ashante Paul, and we are all supporting you on your venture. We wish you well. Our next contestant, all the West Coast, Zebadija Maxwell, representing Taru.
Sakil kata kote lietako. Sakil kata kote shidako.
Bonjour, 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 tout le monde, côté ouest à Dominique, are we in the building today? Good morning to our head table. Firstly, I would like to thank the Village Council and the Honorable Padre for inviting me to this prestigious event. I am happy. There we go. I am happy to be here with you today. Today is Saturday, 11th October 2025, as we celebrate Market Day with a difference. We're celebrating our farmers, our fishers, our vendors, the backbone of our society. They are the reason we're able to eat healthy, nutritious, local food. Let's give a round of applause for them. West Coast, I want to see you on October 29th at 8 p.m. at the Cultural Division at Old Mill Center. I want to see you there representing for us. I will see you very good. I want to see you representing our Madame, our Miss, our culture, our identity. We're Dominican. This is us. So I want to see you there. I want us to come out in numbers because this is for the West. Mahaut, Jimmy, Saru, Keiko, Masak, Warner, all of us. So enjoy today as we look at our lovely produce. They decorated their stalls really, really well. So take a look, purchase, and support. Enjoy today.
Sitting questa capire One could do every place That can say you should be a place and support you E walk to you to be ship per cura but they come and say I can't take all the love
Thank you very much, Miss Maxwell, and let us give the three contestants for the Miss Wabdiet and the Madam Wabdiet. Let's give them another big round of applause as we wish them well on their journey. You are all winners. What a performance. Very impressive. Okay, at this time we'll have a little change in the program and I'll now call on the Jacko Cultural Group to do a performance. Jacko, are you all ready? Jacko Cultural Group. Another round of applause for the Cebu Jacko Cultural Group. Thank you, Jacko Cultural Group, for your performances. Thanks so much again. Okay, at this time, on the program, we'll have the presentation of prizes and awards. So I will now call on the Parliamentary Representative, Honorable Cassani Laville, to present the prizes. Yes, coffee.
Because somebody will take it for you. You know which one, right?
They own coffee over there, so yes. Can she lend it? Madam Chair, okay. Our first award goes to the best decorated stall, and this goes to Athenia Esprit. Miss Athenia Esprit, first place, first prize for best decorated stall. Can you come up, please? Let's give another round of applause for a best decorated stall. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Esprit. The next award is Best Dressed Female Vendor. Goes to Joan Joseph. Mrs. Joan Joseph, can you please come up? Best Dressed Female Vendor. Let's give her a round of applause. The next award goes to the biggest provisional root crop, goes to Athenia Esprit. She had a 19-pound yam. Miss Esprit, you are needed back up here. Athenia Esprit, biggest provision root crop. Thank you, Miss Esprit. The most variety stall also goes to Athenia Esprit.
Rocking with the best.
Round of applause to Miss Esprit again. That's it.
And that's the way it goes. One day
In the meantime, we want to say special thanks to the National Cooperative Credit Union. That's where you can get your loans for education, for agriculture, of course, for your vehicles, for your land, your house, anything that you need. Also, medical expenses. You can check out the National Cooperative Credit Union also for your furthering your studies if you want to study online or otherwise. Thanks again to Shari and the wonderful staff, Mr. Kirk Charles, and the wonderful staff over at the NCCU for an excellent job for embracing the people of this community. And thanks again to Deconstruction for making it possible. We appreciate your support during the coverage of this broadcast.
Can you please come forward? Anne-Marie Granu. Thank you very much, Ms. Grano. Our next prize is for the coconut vendor. Coconut vendor. Gomo or Como? Gomo Williams? Is Gomo? Williams. His mother will collect on his behalf. Thank you for collecting on your son's behalf. Okay, the next category is the most impressive van vendor. We know some of the van vendors sell from the vans. So the most impressive van vendor. Bella Joachim. Bella Joachim. Thank you very much. Our next category is the horticulture vendor, Elder Maroni. Elder Maroni. Horticulture vendor. Can you please come forward, Miss Elder Maroni? Thank you. Okay, the next category is most creative small booth or most creative booth, Udelia Stevens. Most creative store. We have voucher. It's a voucher, Miss Stevens. Collect your prize. Thank you very much. Okay, the next category is the most impressive farmer and vendor. It goes to Athenia Esprit as well. Athenia Esprit, you are needed up here. Thank you very much, Ms. Esprit. The next category is the Creole Culinary Heritage. It goes to Love Sid Esprit. Creole Culinary Heritage goes to Love Sid Esprit. Miss Love Sid Esprit, come pick up your prize, please. And she does roast plantains and I think some juices as well. Fresh fruit juices. The next category is the most outstanding agro-processor preservatives. It goes to Antonia Joseph. Miss.
Was just about to start when the people left
Miss Joseph.
Wondering what was going on when I heard the familiar sound. Was a young of nice and to my surprise, man, the temperature started to rise.
You have a voucher, okay? Thank you. Okay, then we go to let's go to second place. We have the youngest serving vendor, Lester Alexander. Youngest serving vendor. He'll be getting a voucher as well. He'll be receiving a voucher. Congratulations, Mr. Alexander. Okay, we also have second place prizes for the best decorated stall. It goes to Eudelia Stevens. Eudelia Stevens, second prize for best decorated stall. Is Eudelia Stevens around? Is Miss Stevens here? Best decorated stall, second prize. And Miss Stevens. And we also have Best Dressed Female Vendor, second prize, Eudelia Stevens. Miss Stevens, you have another prize.
Let's make sweet love tonight. It's me and you, baby. So come on, girl. Come on and dance with me. Move with me. Come on and dance with me. Move with me. Come on and dance with me. Dance with me. I said move with me.
Okay. We now move on to the Fisher Folk. We have not left you all out. Fisher Folk, the biggest catch for the season goes to Akim Alexander. Is Mr. Alexander around? Biggest catch. Is Mr. Alexander here? He's coming. Okay, good. Akim Alexander for the biggest catch, biggest fish. Huh? Okay. Oh, his father will pick it up for him. No problem.
Move with me. Come on and dance with me. Dance with me. I said move with me. Dance with me. Oh, yeah. Yes, baby.
very much, Mr. Akim. And then we have the longest serving fisherman goes to Jonathan Alexander. Jonathan Alexander.
So please turn up all the lights. Let's make sweet love tonight. It's me and you, baby. So come on, girl. Come on and dance with me. Move with me. Come on and dance with me. Move with me. Come on and dance with me. Dance with me. I said move with me. Dance with me. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alexander. Okay, we also want to show appreciation to the farmers who have not received any prizes. So we have Mr. Henry Tavernier. Can you please come up to pick up something? Okay, Ann Smith. Ann Smith.
Come on, dance with me. Move with me. Come on and dance with me. Move with me. Come on and dance with me. Dance with me. I said move with me. Dance with me. Move with me. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. Yvonne Louisi. Yvonne Louisi, can you please come up to pick up some gift, please? Yvonne Louisi. Bogard Maxime. Bogard Maxime. Jacqueline. Jacqueline Java. Or Janva. Miss Jacqueline Janva. Can you please come, Miss Jacqueline? Thank you very much, Honorable Minister and Parep. We have come to the end of the prizes. But I just want to inform the vendors and the farmers that they will be each receiving a bag of fertilizer from the Ministry of Agriculture. Let's give a round of applause and thank you to the Ministry of Agriculture for this gesture. Wonderful. Oh yes. Okay. So the Wabduyet and the Madam Wolf, before we end, we'll give each of you a little token. So we'll go with Didra Smith, Masak. Sorry, Palrep, can you? Yes. We're going to.
Oh,
have Ashante Paul representing G-Meat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Next is Zebadija Maxwell representing Taru. Thank you very much. And we also have Miss Evelina Blanc, Madam Wab Duet contestants.
Jamais pour Wab Duet, jamais. C'est comme Chadibel, jamais. Oi, 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 ai, ai. Oh la la la, why oh. Nous jamais pour un poisson, jamais, jamais pour un petit coup bouillant, jamais, jamais pour
Honorable Minister and Palrep, thank you very much for your services, and thanks to everyone. Okay, now we have come to the end of the awards and prizes. We'll now have a performance by the Mahaut Scout Troop. Are you all ready? Third Mahaut Scout Troop.
Jamais pour un sac, jamais. C'est pas un Chadibel qui dit jamais, jamais. Oi, 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 ai, ai. Oh la la, why oh. Oh la la, why oh. C'est pas un Chadibel qui dit jamais, jamais. Avec à présent, donc à prier, tout le monde Chadibel. Ça qui présente, ça qui passe. Avec nous, on va commencer avec Wenadi. Esta, Aliette, René, DJ. Qui vient jouer tout le
In the meantime, while the scouts are getting ready, we want to remind you that this broadcast is made possible through the kind compliments of the National Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Thank you so much. And right here in the constituency, we have the NCCU, not very far from us. If you travel to Mahaut, you will see the credit union as you enter Mahaut. And you can access the various services that they offer. We want to say thanks as well to Deconstruction for making it possible. Thank you so much, management and staff of Deconstruction. Ensure that your home is well refitted, renovated, and ready for the hurricane season. Let's go back to the program. We are nearing the end of Market Day with a Difference in Marigot, in Mahaut, beg your pardon. Next week we will be in Marigot, so apologies for that. But we're getting ready for one more performance by the Mahaut Sculpture as we bring this Market Day to a close.
Thank you very much, Fred Mahaut Scout Troop. Wonderful performance. Thank you so much. We are now coming to the end of the ceremony. And at this moment, I would like to call on Mrs. Gillian Shillingford, who is the District Development Assistant for the West, to deliver the vote of thanks. Mrs. Shillingford.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a wonderful morning. Honorable Oscar George, representing the Honorable Greta Roberts, Minister of Sports, Culture and Community Development. Honorable Cassani Laville, Parliamentary Representative for the Mahaut Constituency, Minister of Health, Wellness and Social Services, P.S. Ansem. Our local government commissioner, Mr. Glenroy Toussaint, chairman of the Mahaut Village Council, Ms. Catherine Dublin, Pastor Lennox Timothy, Scout Commissioner Davidson John, Madam and Miss Warp Duet, other invited guests, the media, vendors, farmers, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a good morning and a blessed day. Good morning, everyone, again. And thank you for joining us on this fantastic Market Day with a difference. We couldn't have done it without the support of our amazing vendors, farmers, who brought their A-game and unique products and services to our patrons today. I would like to thank Springfield, Fine Foods, NCCU, Petro Carib, Archipelago, Waychurch, our local government commissioner, Ms. Kathy Roberts, our DDO from the Southern District, our chairman and councillors of the Mahaut Village Council. You all assisted us in making certain that we had a wonderful market day with a difference. I thank the locals for shopping and purchasing the wonderful local products that were placed on display today. Our volunteers and our other organizers, our local government commissioner, he was amazing. He had our backs. He ensured that this activity took place. Last night at about 10 o'clock, after he came from an activity, he was here. Our chairman of our council, she was here every step of the way and never once deterred and said, I was too tired or I was unable to. Her staff, as you can see, they are here this morning assisting us to ensure that we had a wonderful day. Let's give all of us a round of applause here today, because this market day with a difference was exceptional. Our DDO, our PAL rep, let me say this, it was wonderful and we are going to make it better. Our new DDO, Mrs. Francis, is new on the district. She went about the place like she has been there for so long. And because of her push, her zeal, we had had a wonderful day. So thank you once again, and God bless.
Thank you, Mrs. Shillingford, and thank you to everyone, our honorable ministers and PAL rep, P.S. Anselm, the pastor, our chairman, the musicians, our contestants, our commissioner, and everybody else. What's his name? The scout troop, I did tell them thanks our sound system, our DJ, our vendors. Thanks once again, Mr. John. Thank you all once again for having this impressive market day with a difference. It was indeed a lot of work, but we made it through. So thanks again, and we have come to the end of the ceremony. We have a few refreshments, so I guess we can socialize a bit and while we're having some refreshments. Excuse me? Yes, and I encourage you to participate in the other events, the upcoming events for independence, okay? We're going to support our girls. So thank you all very much. Have a blessed day, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Pastor.
To the end of Market Day with a Difference, but before we end, finally, we just want to show you some of the items on display, some of the products. You can see honey, and my chief technician is doing an excellent job there, giving you an idea of what the items are. We have soaps, all types of soaps. Just want to say good morning, my dear.
Good morning, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good, I'm good.
What soaps you have and what are they for?
Okay, I do want our slogan. This is our real soap. We have the moisturizing, we have anti-bac, we have refreshing. Our deodorant. So these are our variety of soap. These are real, these are Castile, and these are our ready brand.
And what soap would you use for things like Lota or eczema?
Oh, some people use that one. That one or this one.
So folks, those of you who are watching, if you have children with eczema or Lota, that sort of thing, turmeric and tea tree oil and the vitamin E and coconut oil. Thank you very much for speaking with me.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a blessed day.
So you see the other soaps on display. Let's move to the market area. You can see one of the vendors in action there. She's one of the vendors that received an award. Good morning to you, my dear. Good morning. Let me wish you happy independence in advance. And you received your awards. You're happy, right? Is this your stall? Where's your stall? Over there. Okay then. Well, congratulations. Oh, Salisbury, and you come here every Saturday, right?
Every Saturday.
Well, I wish you the best and happy independence in advance.
Thank you.
Right on. We're gonna move quick. Other items there. I'm not sure who is the one selling, but you can see the items on display here as we continue to show you dashing plantain gasol. Look, some big plantain. You can see they call them jomu. When they are doubled like that, they call them jomu. You have pears, green bananas, and over here you have flowers. You get an idea of. Over here we have flowers. Lots and lots of flowers. We won't go too far as we prepare to wrap up this morning's broadcast, but just to give you an idea, we are not just focusing on vegetables and fruits, but also on flowers. Our technician will let me know how far I can go. Just giving you an idea of what some of the items that are being sold here. And you can see in the corner there, when you come, you can also eat. We have washing, smoke, so you call it roast plantain, plantain with cod fish, just name it. Lots of items here at the Roseau Market. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to us. Thanks in a special way to the National Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Deconstruction. Thanks to Deconstruction, thanks to the management and staff of Kyrie FM. We really appreciate the time, folks, that you've taken to listen and to watch Market Day with the Difference. Next week, Saturday, we're going to go to Marigots. So Marigots, we are coming to you next Saturday. Of course, our team number 1 will be with you, and the team number 2 will be going to Portsmouth. So Portsmouth, look out for us, the genuine sound of Dominica. However, we want to invite you to join us for our next broadcast this afternoon from 2:30 in Kulibistri at the Kulibistri Gospel Mission Church, where we will be laying to rest our dear friend Dewani Loda, laying to rest his body today in Kulibistri. Steve Vidal on behalf of Mosiah Olive and Yipman Bruno saying good morning. Thank you.